Hey guys, Tom once again for another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So, pretty busy day in the shop here. As I mentioned yesterday, another project came in. This is a short-term project. This isn't a restoration. This car actually was restored, I believe, about 18 years ago, and I think Rafa did all or most of the work. So what you're looking at is a very nice 61 convertible, all stock-ish. The major thing I've seen on the car that's not stock is it does appear to have a 1600 single port in it, or I assume it's 1600. At least the case is a 1600 and it's single port. Not sure if it's been bored out or anything, but yeah, other than that, very lovely stock appearing car. Guessing Lenny Kopp probably did the interior. This looks like this could be his shop's very fine work, but yeah, just a gorgeous car, nicely accessorized here. I'll probably do a walk around of this car before we send it on its way, but again, the car was built about 18 years ago and it's been sitting for at least a year and a half, and it needs some love. The owner wants to start driving the car again. The gas pretty much smells like turpentine. The inside of the gas tank looks terrible. Wants us to go through the brakes and the fuel system and pretty much get it back to a running driving car. The tires, I think, are also about 18 years old, so that's pretty old for a tire. So we're not going to necessarily put any trust in those. We're going to go ahead, I think, and put a set of Firestone wide whites on it. And yeah, go through the brakes, go through the fuel system, check it out, do an overall, safety inspection. I think that's probably all that it needs really. But yeah, so have this car for, I don't know, couple weeks maybe. We'll fit it in here and there between restoration projects. So what else happened today? So getting quite a collection of motors back here. So this is the 2110, which just came in. We had our friend Brian Roth over at Roth Vintage go ahead and build the long block for us. The parts all came from our friends at Air-Cooled, Air-Cooled Vintage Works. Yeah, Jason over there. And so again, that's for the 68 double cab. Yeah, mild motor, good bus motor, 2110. Mild heads, mild cam, pretty much mild everything on this motor, which is what you really want for a bus. It should make plenty of torque and enough horsepower to get this thing moving. Again, the plans for this motor are dual IDF style fuel injection bodies, so it'll pretty much look like it's got dual IDFs on it, but it'll be fuel injected, and so it's going to run super smooth and make lots of power and torque and run well. The one concern the owner had was that he lives, I think, by I can never remember. It's Lake Havasu or something. Anyway, he came from Nevada, and I think the elevation he said where he lives is like 5,000 feet, but he wants to be able to, come down to sea level and pretty much drive the bus anywhere and have it still run good. And so, carburetors are of course not great at big changes in altitude and stuff because they have no way to compensate for air pressure. And so we're gonna go ahead and run a closed loop fuel injection system on here, which should pretty much take care of itself in that regard. And the thing's gonna get air conditioning and all the bells and whistles. So anyway, yeah, long blocks in for this. Next step for this is probably to take all the tin, which is all aftermarket new tin, and beat it into submission so it fits nicely, and then we'll send it out and get it powder coated. So yeah, more to come on that. So the motor for the cowlick bug, I don't remember if I showed this yesterday or not. If I did already, I apologize, but what I'm talking about is that I swapped on the red generator plate on there. Previously I had the black one on there. I think it looks a lot better with red. I may throw a chrome one on there just to see how it looks, but to me, and I think the owner agrees, the red is probably the way to go. But yeah, we'll find a chrome one around somewhere, see if we can borrow one if we don't have one, and throw it on there and see what that looks like. But out of black and red, at least, I think to me, red is the winner. So super cool. I just can't get enough of this thing. Anyway, so let's see what else happened today. Nothing really happened with this guy. Probably take it for a drive tomorrow. I'll try and put some more miles on it, some more confidence miles. The EV Bug is back on the ground in the back, so I raised it. It's sitting about 1.25 inches higher right now, which is about how much I raised it. It may settle a little bit, but the next step is to bring the front up also about 1 inch. So you can see, I don't know if the video is probably a little distorted, but it's got some rake to it now. Probably pretty much level the car out. So the front's also going to come up about 1 inch. Of course, it's got an adjustable front beam, so we can fine tune the front to our heart's content fairly easily, whereas adjusting the back is, of course, kind of a pain in the butt, especially on this car since fenders have to come off. But yeah, we'll get the front fine-tuned. Like I mentioned before, I just don't want this thing slammed so the owner's having to crawl in and out of parking lots at, like at an angle and stuff like that. I mean, the car is definitely going to be much lower than stock, but yeah, I don't want it to be, like a miserable experience for him having to go 0.5 mile an hour over speed bumps and all that stuff that we VW guys put up with. But this guy's not really a VW guy. He just wants a cool EV. So anyway, yeah, the car is sitting on the ground now. Both back fenders have gone on and so on. What else? I did start getting the rear ready to put the rear door panels in. I went and cut holes in the vinyl there and put the little boots in, got that already. And then I went to put in the little back seat latches, which on these cars go about there on both sides, and found I didn't have the screws. They're kind of a weird special screw, so getting those in the morning from Wolfsburg West. And then the backrest of the back seat can go in and properly, click into place there. So yeah, probably put all that in tomorrow. And then I think next week-ish, the car will go back to Octavio's. They've got to finish the carpet kit on it. So the floor is just all bare now, except for the very back. We had to do that in advance because the very heavy battery box is mounted back there. So that carpet had to go in before that went in. But anyway, yeah, keep this thing moving along here. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Probably start working on this tomorrow. I've got a bunch of parts on order that are coming, brake parts, carburetor rebuild kit, etc. And maybe start test fitting that tin on that one tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know. We got a lot going on right now, so which is a good problem to have. I'm glad that we are busy, but the other thing is, I mentioned tomorrow there will be a bit of a surprise unveiling. Project Ugly Duckling should be here by tomorrow mid or late morning, and not spilling the beans on what that is, but you will see hopefully around this time tomorrow night when I do the daily video. So yeah, stay tuned. Make sure you come back tomorrow for the video and see what Project Ugly Duckling is. And so in the meantime, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you again tomorrow.